everybody. My name is Nyfireox. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, then welcome. I'm going to move my mic over a little bit. There we go. Okay, tonight we are reading the new chapter of Tower of God. I kind of explained in a video yesterday what was going on and why I wasn't on all weekend. I had a very busy weekend this weekend. So if you want to know more about that, you can go check it out in the YouTube video. Another quick update, just to make sure everybody's getting it. I'll probably say this for the rest of the week because I know you guys either will only watch Tower of God, or maybe you're watching multiple videos from my channel or on my Twitch, whatever it may be. I have a little bit of an update regarding solo leveling. I did also post a video about this yesterday on my YouTube channel, but I want to make sure it's getting across everywhere. So I probably will mention this as an update for the rest of the week, just to make sure everybody gets the memo. But solo leveling is no longer going to be downloaded and uploaded to YouTube. We will still do solo leveling here on Twitch. And the reason for that is Twitch is, I don't want to say they're lenient on copyrights because I don't want people to think they can get away with copyright stuff. But the videos are going to get deleted, so they're not, when it comes to visual stuff, it's not something that's looked into as much. So when I started solo leveling, I was not aware, really, I guess is the best way to say it, about the difference between what they allowed versus what Webtoon allows. Webtoon allows you to basically react to any other stuff, create content about any other stuff, and they don't care. Webtoon sees it as an opportunity to bring foot traffic into their site, get more people interested in the comics, and it's an all-around win-win for them when people advertise their stuff. TappyToons does not see it that way. As I made more and more videos of solo leveling, I did start to get a little nervous about the fact that I began to realize that there was a copyright thing on it. I did not notice it at first. I'm not going to lie, I did not see the copyright content on the thing. You think I would, but they have it at the very, like on Webtoon, they do have a copyright thing, but it's only for their newest chapters that haven't been released for viewing yet. It's their raw chapters. You have to pay to get to them, and it's at the very top, and it'll say, yo, you can't display this work on YouTube or things like that, basically is what it says. Whereas on TappyToon, theirs is at the very bottom. And the thing is, with it as well, it's so much so on the bottom that you actually have to scroll down, like almost all the way down to get to it. So if you don't even scroll the way down and you just flip to the next page as soon as the the paneling ends, and you wouldn't even see it. So it is kind of weird that they do it like that. I guess they don't want people to be, they want people to be immersed in the story and continue the reading, and having that claim up at the top may bother that. I don't know. But sorry, my cat's going crazy. It was not up noticeable for me, but by the time that I finally did notice it, we were a good few episodes in and upload it, and so at that point I was just like, I'm going to continue uploading to YouTube and doing the reactions, and if they tell me to stop, then I'll stop. Well, yesterday they told me to stop. So I'm not going to be making or uploading any more videos to YouTube. As far as Twitch goes, I haven't had a problem with it. I don't think it's really something they care too much about, because by the time those reports goes in, they get reviewed for the audio or the visual stuff. By the time it gets reviewed and is determined, yeah, this is copyright content, there's an infringement here, it's already gone. So that may be part of the reason why people get away more with putting solo leveling on Twitch and not caring as much, because of that reason. I'm just speculating. I don't know if that's the case for sure, but we will continue reading it here on Twitch. He's crazy tonight. Now, you can see him in the little bottom left corner of my camera. He is crazy. Anyway, we're going to continue it here on Twitch. And if Twitch says something about it as well, then we won't be able to do it anymore. If I do continue to read it and we get through it, then I may continue to do another TappyToon comic here on Twitch. But I won't be doing TappyToon comics over on YouTube anymore. Because it's too much of a risk to my channel. Even though they gave me a chance to remove the videos instead of copyright striking me, that may not always be the case in the future. And I don't want my channel being taken down for what I said in the video yesterday on YouTube. I don't want my channel being taken down for one comic. Especially when there's so many great comics on Webtoons, and they are far more lenient and far more encouraging of you reacting to their stuff. So I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on that. So if you are somebody who comes over here and watches stuff on Twitch, or if I upload this later and you're seeing it and you do watch my solo leveling stuff, that's why you're not seeing any more solo leveling playlists. That's why you're not seeing any more videos from me. It's all been taken down because I was going to leave it up if I only got told to take one video down, but then I got another one to take another video down, and at that point I was just like, at this point it might as well just take them all down, because I know later on people are going to come in, even if they don't tell me to take all of them down. It's just one one at a time kind of thing, people will come in. They'll see, oh, well, 1 to 10 is missing. Oh, well, 30 to 40 is missing. And that will be aggravating. So it's not worth the headache. Might as well just take it all down. And you guys are more than welcome to join me here on streams on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time to read along with me. Anyway, we're pretty much almost done with solo leveling too. I think I'm like in the 150s, and I think there's a total of 165. And someone said that was the end. So literally, you guys had 10 chapters left. So if you haven't seen it yet, and you're not able to watch it here on Twitch with me, and you were somebody who was watching on YouTube, 10 episodes is 10 coins. So you pay $5 and you can literally watch or read the rest of the episodes yourself. So I think part of it was they let it go for so long because I wasn't very a well-known channel. I'm not saying I am a well-known channel now, but my channel is growing at a pretty rapid rate now. And I think that may be part of it, why they're like, no, we can't let this happen. Because the more popular a channel becomes, the more popular content becomes, the easier it is to be like, whoa, you know? And like I said, if I would have known from the very beginning that I couldn't react to that stuff, then I wouldn't have, because it wouldn't have been worth it to me. But when I finally saw the copyright claim, like I said, we were well over 50 episodes in, and I was like, or not even 50, I think it was more like when we were up, I think we had just finished season 1, really, now that I think about it, when I realized that there was a copyright thing on the chapters, and I was like, well, if they catch us, they catch us, and we just don't make any more content for YouTube on that front, but, oh well. As far as the rest of the week goes, solo leveling is tomorrow here on Twitch only. I want to stress this, on Twitch only. So for you YouTube guys who are used to watching solo leveling on YouTube, it's not, I'm trying to be very clear, it's not going to be on YouTube. You are not going to be able to watch it on YouTube. If we do more Tappy Toon stuff, I'm still debating. I know you guys have given me suggestions. We've got 1, 2... We have 2 more things that are on the suggestion list from Tappy Toons that I know you guys wanted me to react to. And I may or may not. I am still debating on it because I haven't gotten in trouble here on Twitch, but it's also one of those things where, do I really want to press my luck? I'm only doing it for solo leveling because we are so very far into solo. We are at the end of solo leveling, basically. So it's one of those things where, do I want to risk it? Do I not want to risk it? We'll see. And I know there's people like, well, you should filter your content, this, and this. The removals were manual, which means somebody saw them while they were scrolling through. Maybe they typed in solo leveling, and they saw it, and it was a manual, hey, this has got my stuff in it, basically. So it wasn't a computer that caught it. It was a person who caught it. Somebody most likely from Tappy Toon who caught it. But yeah, anyway, so Wednesday's Omniscient Reader. Friday, we've got LSC. Saturday. Okay, so Saturday is kind of, I'm not sure right now. I know, instead of doing Kubera actually on Saturday, we'll probably do it on Thursday this week, because I know it's been 2 weeks for you guys, and that's unfair to you. So, I get it. We're going to do Kubera actually on Thursday this week, so that way you guys can get your Kubera. Saturday, I'm doing some specials for the YouTube channel for Halloween, and so, I'm doing some ghost tours and stuff like that, and I'm going to upload them, or at least that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm going to upload them, and show you guys kind of some interesting stuff. For those of you who don't know, I've said this before, but I'm a major history buff. So, my brother and his friend are really into the ghost side of stuff, and I'm really into the history side of stuff. And so I love doing those things and just listening to the history and the stories and the lore and the myths. To me, that stuff is so fascinating. So I'm wanting to share some of that stuff outside of my interest of webtoon with you guys, and I hope you really, really like that. It will be something a little bit different from what I normally do, give you guys a little bit of different content, and if you guys like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Oh well. It'll still be fun for me to produce something different than what I normally do, and right in line with the spooky season. So, yeah. So I think we're going on another ghost tour this Saturday, and it's less of a tour and more of an actual investigation with real paranormal investigators. So that to me is already interesting. Always live your best life. That is my advice to you. If someone says that's stupid, you can't do it, don't listen to them. Do what you want. Anyway. So Sunday, again, will be Tower of God, new chapter reaction. Hopefully everything goes off without a hitch. But Thursday, Kubera, for my Kubera fans. Alright, let's get the music going. I've talked long enough. I was waiting for more people to pull in, but I think we're good. Okay, let's go to Fields here. Alright, so it looks like I pulled down just a little bit because when I make my titles, if this is what I see when I first start, I don't know what this is, so I will always pull down a little bit to see what it is, and it looks like we're continuing the battle with White and Bomb tonight. So we got Clang, and we got White over here and Bomb over here. Reverse flow control, he stopped me. With the water dragon's power, I'll create an almost infinite Shinsu black hole spear using Shinsu. And pour all my energy into this one. Oh, yeah, that's right. I just remembered. Swoosh. So I said that this kind of looked like a lotus flower. No one corrected me on it, so I'm going to continue to say it looks like a lotus flower. Transcendental skill Stardust. I also mentioned last time that I really, really liked this, and I think the color is purposely done, this white-blue color. I said last time that it could be representing the purity that Bomb has, and it's this pure white color. And, so at this moment, don't know what's going to happen in the future, but this moment, I would say that White is losing when it comes to trying to corrupt Bomb. Now, I forget what the Korean version is. I know people are mad that they call it a dark twist or a dark change. But so far we haven't really seen that yet, which is what this arc is about. Meteor shower. And also just the absolute beauty, but also straight up just like amazing. Like this. Do I think this is going to be enough to hurt White? No. But is it probably a really powerful attack? Yes. And then what I mentioned last time too is this right here is the attack moving upwards. And then we've got Bomb here. He looks exhausted, I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of people forget now because Bomb has grown quite a lot in his powers. Also, by the way, real quickly, Jay Steady, welcome aboard. Anime is Life, welcome aboard. Hope you guys have fun here. And if you don't know, I have a YouTube channel where you can find all my previous stuff on here that may no longer be on Twitch. So go check it out. Anyway. You look at Bomb here, he is tired. And I think what a lot of people forget, and I think part of this is also because I'm rereading Tower of God right now, and we're at a point where they're talking about the Thorn and how he could lose control and stuff. And be overtaken by the Thorn. Now here's the thing. On the Hell Train, he got a lot better about controlling the Thorn. But I do not think, still at this point, that he is in any position to where he has full mastery, full control over the thorn. If you remember back in the day, it was like, oh, you have 5 minutes, and then I think it moved up to 10 minutes or something like that, where he had control of the thorn before it would take him over. And part of the biggest problem we saw was when he ran into Rachel right before the Hell Train arc, which is kind of what we just got through on the rereads. He ran into Rachel and had his major breakdown. I guess this is the best way to put it. You could also call it a tantrum. I don't like calling it a tantrum. I like to call it more of a breakdown, but I know some people would call it a tantrum. But basically, he attacked Rachel and used a lot of the power of the thorn. And what ended up happening is that he lost control of himself. And it was only, I think, Kuhn and Rachel that were able to stop him. And then when he was coming back to, Rachel pushed him again. So, I think a lot of people forget that the thorn still can very much take control of Bomb, I think. I do not think that is something that has been completely overcome yet. The other thing I mentioned in previous episodes is these horns right here. They make me wonder, because right now you can see through them, right? They make me wonder if one day we're going to get a solid horns, you know, and what that's going to look like. Just some of the stuff I'm noticing about his character. And I've said it in the past, I just want to bring it up again while we're looking at him. This is White right here. But I just want to bring it to the attention that the thorn, like, everybody's always saying, I don't understand why he can't just use all his powers at once when he's going up against White. And I think what you guys are forgetting, the people who say that, is that Bomb still doesn't have complete control over all his powers, and he is manifesting and getting new ones as he goes, so he really doesn't have all the control over that. So what we're seeing is probably him trying to conserve energy, especially when you're going up against someone like White, and you can tell when looking in his face, he's probably breathing, like, it looks like he's breathing really heavy here. He's bleeding from this encounter. He's very badly beaten up. And he is using all his effort here. And I've said this before, and I will say it again. Tower of God is one of those comics where it is important to look at the character and read the character and look around just as much as it is to actually read. Because sometimes, like right here, this is a perfect example. Bomb isn't thinking, I'm really tired, I can't do this anymore. But you can see it in his face. He's determined, but he is losing strength, and he is tired. And he shoved White here. Now, as I'm looking at White in this one, I can tell that White is not all that injured. You know, we've got cuts here and there all over Bomb. And, he definitely got hit by that, but I do not think that he was really all that hurt by it. Clang! Psh! He dropped the sword. Did it work? Impressive. That really hurt to death. And he's grinning. I think he's mocking him. If you're pulling this hard, swing! I have to step up myself too. Oh great, hold on, we gotta change this music. A sword from the empty sheath? Shh. See, oh my gosh. People called it when they said that White was playing with him. Oh my god. Holy shit. Slash, I'm sorry. Oh my god. No. How deep is that? It's not letting us show us how deep it is. Like, holy shit. It takes up a lot of energy. So I don't use the sword often. Shh. Consider this an honor. Shh. I think he may be saying that, but it still sounds like he's more playing with Bomb than anything. Like, no, he doesn't use the sword very often, but he is playing with him. 52nd floor, dark twist. A moment early in the control room, fish tank. We're really just gonna leave it like that? It's trouble. What reached Bomb's field? Isn't there any way to hope? Hold on a second, I'll try to find something. Hurry and choose it! Enemy return only works on enemies that came out of prison. So I don't see any way to really help him with triangles alone. Then what should we do? Wait a minute, I'll look more. Looks like trouble came. They're rich now, but only have triangle coins. There's a limit to items that can be bought. Plus, there's a rule to this game that they haven't noticed yet. As the game is in progress, no one can attack each other. That's part of the game's rules. But if the rules break, if the rule breaks, the opponent is allowed to counterattack by that amount. They attacked me once after the game began. I didn't bother to explain it. That's cheap. But to be fair, I'm in the state of getting back at them now. I've been saving this one attack for a situation like this. Catastrophe! It's a catastrophe! Whoosh! What's gotten into him again? What's he targeting this time? Blast! Oh? It's us! Boom! Oh, hello. We're back on the field. Whose field is this? Flit, flit. Oh, we get some more Yama! And boom. Probably one turn left until the finish line ahead. Step. Doom, should we rest for a minute? What? In one turn is where your sriracha is, so why? There's no need to hurry. What's with you? Are you afraid of seeing your sriracha? Afraid? Bullshit. We still have a few turns left, so I figured to use the time to rest. We don't necessarily need to go at Yasracha's pace. Wouldn't it be better to fight after we've gotten as much rest as possible? He's definitely not scared. In fact, he's composed. It's like he's become relaxed again. He took a nap in front of an enemy. He's back to the old Yama I used to know. Hold on, let's switch up the music again. This time for sure. Sure, let's take a break. Alright. We might have a chance of winning. I really hope so. See, here's my thing. There's 3 battlefields right now. And I strongly think, and it does not look good for Bob at this moment, but I'm not too entirely worried about Bomb. I know, like, there were people earlier, you know, I was actually watching one of Dr. Bonehead's news videos where he was talking about something another YouTuber was saying about not having to really worry about Bomb because of all the plot armor and stuff. But here's the thing. Every single main character has some sort of plot armor. It's not just Tower of God. We're in the middle of a story. It'd be really stupid to kill off the main character that's said to do all this stuff and to be an irregular and this badass monster person and then just kill him in the middle. That would be really dumb. So yeah, of course, he's, I'm not afraid of him dying. There is a larger looming issue here that we need to be worried about for Bomb. And that is what people have been saying all along. That at first I didn't believe it, and I didn't want to believe it, that Bomb could potentially be corrupted. But the more and more this arc has gone on, the more and more I do think that there is a very, very possible chance. Like, not even possible, like a high chance that he may actually end up with some kind of corruption. And, so, you know, the stakes are pretty high. The other thing is, everybody seems to think that all 3 of them, which is Bomb, Yama, and Caliban, are going to be, basically fine. And maybe that's true. Oops. Maybe that's true for Yama and Bomb. I don't see them dying right now. But that may not be true for Doom. that may not be true for the crew and the cat tower. Like, there's so much more going on than just what's happening with Bomb. And it feels like a lot of people will only just want to focus on Bomb and what he's doing. And he is the main character, so that does make sense. But at the same time, there's a lot more going around right now that is outside of what's going on with Bomb and White. I personally do not see Caliban beating Libork. I do not. I know everybody seems to think, because what we've seen of Libork right now, we've seen that he, excuse me, we've seen that he's really strong, and compared to Bomb and everybody else, he can kick their ass pretty much. But we haven't really seen a lot of Libork in action. And Libork, I believe, is who? Andori's number 2. Andori is what? She's a princess of Jihad, who is extremely strong. I think she's like the number 1 princess. And she is not someone to be trifled with. So if Libork is her number 2, we have to take into consideration that means that he is probably also extremely freaking strong. And I do not see Caliban coming out of that unscathed. I think he's walking straight into his death. I could be wrong, but who knows? I do not think all 3 of them are leaving this unscathed. 2 of them one of them I'm really concerned about him dying. The other 2, I don't think they're gonna die, but they are definitely not leaving unscathed. Something is going to happen to them that's going to change them. I mean, the arc is called A Dark Twist after all, or A Dark Change, or something like that. Well, sure, let's take a break. Alright, we might have a chance of winning. Slump. Oh my god, now we're back here. Jesus. But it's such a cool sword, though. Oh my gosh. That does not look good. Shh. Shh. The body won't move. It won't even budge. No, you stupid bastard. Please, I've been calling him White a stupid bastard. Please, no. What? Is there nothing more? Oh my god. Slash. Oh my god. I am a little more worried. I'm a little bit more worried. Oh my god. When was the last time we've seen Bomb this beaten up? It was at the beginning of season 2, I think. Come on, get up. Step. Jesus. Don't be such a baby. God, White. Wake up. Squish. Stop it! That can't be the end. Squish. He's just fucking stepping on him. Hey, get up. I said get up. Stomp. That goddamn lunatic is getting too harsh to a regular. I like how that's her excuse. He's too harsh on a regular. What should I do? There's no time left to distort now. And even I could use that, he already sees through it. There's no way to help that boy. I have to escape at least alone. What on earth am I doing, Lance? What? You're still here? What are you just standing? What are you just standing there? I think it's supposed to say, why are you just standing there? You could just turn away and run. Why are you going even? Why? Are you even going to help him again? Well, no. Well, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't mind using the break time to eat up a peculiar soul. No, wait! I'm not trying to. Come to think of it, this guy always reacted to. Not himself. what other people, wasn't it? What's that bastard saying? This is dangerous. I have to avoid. Whoosh, swoosh. From all directions? Ah! Okay, she's still alive, though. She's still alive. Shh. Done. Shh. It does look like it hurt. How strange. Swing. He's always surrounded by people who are so eager to help him. Step, step. He tackles on another level from before. Does something rare come out of that? I even don't know. Does something rare come out that I even don't know? Couldn't dodge in the first place, but each one is so deadly. For some reason, time is a bit distorted. But isn't what comes out from that poisonous? I'm doomed. Step. Step. Since everyone who tried to protect him got killed. Step, step. So remember, that's a deadly poison. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bomb is going to blame himself 100% for this. No, 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 no. If I don't scroll down, then nothing bad happens, right? That's how it works. Please. We don't have to continue. We can just end this now, right? Please, no. I really like Arya. You're not doing this. You're dying because of him too. Swing. If you want to blame that guy. Why did you interfere to shorten the life? Your life. Tremble. Tremble. Aren't you scared? If you accomplished your goal, shouldn't you have just left? How could such a poor test subject help anyone? Shouldn't I feel sorry for you? What? Well, for me to ask this may be useless since we're both the same, but do you have anyone to mourn for your death? Huh. I don't need any. No! Oh my god, that's just fucking menacing, and then the blood splatter coming on top of Bomb. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. He's Twitch. Okay, he's still alive. I figured as much, but holy shit. Okay, we'll read one of these and then we'll switch over to the Reddit. Oh no, oh no. I knew there was a reason I liked Arya. It's because that's the way SIU intended it, so he could rip my heart out like this. Beware spoilers and replies. Okay, so we're not gonna look at the replies, but yes. Such a clean cut through. Respect. Oh, you did not just say that. Bum. I hate seeing him like that. What's gonna happen to him? With Arya's death too. Is he going to break? We need Khun to help him stay himself. I wonder, is the exoskeleton going to come back? Will it heal him like before? That's an interesting take. We haven't seen the exoskeleton since, before they left the 20th floor. Holy shit, this one got dark. We all knew White was a maniac, but Jesus, he keeps stepping it up. Yep. I wonder what the bosses at the Slayer Foundation are thinking. I hope everyone's getting along. It's just like Arya said, White is an immature teenager that doesn't want to take responsibility for the awful things he's done. He wants to blame others because he doesn't like himself, and I'm glad he won't get a redemption arc. He doesn't deserve one. I agree, he really doesn't. The blood literally falls on his hands. I didn't put two and two together exactly, that the blood is on his hands, but that is a very, very smart and good point. The blood literally was on his hands. And obviously he's gonna come back from this. And here's the thing. I think this is right up to the dark change that we are expecting. I do not think Bomb is going to be okay with this. Bomb has already for a long time, and what people don't understand is maybe they didn't see the subtleness in it or whatever, but Bomb has not been okay for a long time. He has been barely keeping it together. Like, I've pointed out in my rereads that when Bomb leaves and is by himself, his facade, that happy, innocent smile, it disappears. He is pretending to be that. That is not who he actually is. And who he really is somebody who cares pretty deeply about other people. And I think this is the change that White is hoping to invoke in him. Is that by killing Arya, he's going to get a deeper, what am I trying to say? He's going to get Bomb a deeper reaction from Bomb, because he knows Bomb fights for other people and doesn't necessarily fight for himself. What worries me about this, what worries me about this is that he is, I think what worries me is that we're inching more and more and being pushed more and more to a dark side of Bomb. Like, people joke that Edgy Bomb was Bomb in season 2 when he was Viole, but I think we're just now about to see actual Edgy Bomb. He wasn't really Edgy Bomb, he was extremely depressed Bomb. We're about to see actual Edgy Bomb here. Okay, once again, this is littered with grammar and translation errors. SAU's brilliance is being wasted by translators. It's one of the premier works on the app and deserves a lot better than this. Excuse me. This time, I will agree with you that there were a lot of translation errors. I have said it before and I'll say it again. I am a very fair person. And last week's chapter did not deserve the hate it got. This week, I agree. The translation was pretty rough. So, I do agree with it that it could be better. And I see the next 2 comments are about it, so I'm skipping those comments because we have already seen it. Personally, you want my opinion on it? What annoys me the most isn't that people talk about the fact that the webtoon deserves better, because it does. But here's the thing. It's not just Tower of God that deserves better, and that's what aggravates me about this. There are a lot of webtoons on here, on Webtoon, that deserve as much love and care as the Tower of God. And you can't really say Tower of God is up here, because in reality, it's not. You guys, this has 34,000 likes. That is a lot of likes. But let's talk about peak Webtoon. Let's talk about when the translations were doing pretty good, and everything was going pretty well, and the episodes may even have been retranslated. Let's talk about that. What were the likes like on those chapters? Because I can guarantee you that those chapters had 99,000 plus likes on them. You guys are thinking that, oh, Webtoon is so great, or Tower of God is so great, it deserves so much more, and I agree with you, I love Tower of God too, but in reality, they're going to focus more on the webtoons that have the most number of likes. By the way, I didn't like this chapter, but you guys aren't giving it its support. You guys want better translations, but you're not actually supporting it, and then you're bitching. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get upset about this. You're complaining about the fact that other people are going over to these pirated sites and that it's 4 or 5 weeks behind and that it's this and that it's that. And the thing is, they're going to focus on the most popular. Not to say that Tower God isn't a popular webtoon, but since its return, it has not been nearly as popular as it was in the past. Before it took its break, it was reaching a like ratio of 89,000 to 99,000 plus every single week. And this has been its average. This has been its average since it's returned. And perhaps people will fiddle in here and there, and I will check after we get done reading this page. But this right here, 34 to 50,000, maybe 60,000, sometimes depending on the chapter, 80,000 at the highest. And that is, I think, maybe 1 or 2 chapters since it started. You guys, if you want better translations, then I'm sorry, you can't be going. If you even go to pirated stuff, you should be coming here at least to Webtoon and liking the chapter anyway. And then go off to your pirated sites or whatever if you want a better translation until they fix this. Because I guarantee you that the more likes and the more people who are subscribed and all that stuff, the better the translations are going to be. They're translating this as a translation that of someone who is deserving of 34,000 likes. And they're focusing more their attentions elsewhere. This isn't even on like the top 10 right now. Like, I'm not, it may be in the top 10, but it's not in the top 5 of its category. No, not at all. And so I think that has a lot to do with it. I don't know necessarily how they translate their stuff, but I think that does have quite a bit to do with it. They're gonna focus on webtoons that are higher in popularity at the moment, and then it trickles down from there. They're gonna allot more time to the stuff that's popular and less time to the stuff that isn't as popular. And again, I'm not trying to say that it isn't a popular webtoon. It has been popular in the past, but right now its popularity is very obviously dwindling. And I think part of that is because people are going to pirated sites to read, and that you get comments like this. And I'm not saying that it's not justified. It is justified. Someone in the comments last episode tried to fight me on that, and I understand. I was really aggravated last week because you gotta understand, I was one after the other. I'm trying to have discussions and, you know, talk about their comments and enjoy myself, and that's all there was. So I get it. And I was upset, to say the least, because there wasn't really any translation errors last week. Not that I can think. Like, today you could tell that I was struggling reading here and there because there were some translation errors. And so it is justified this week, but last week it wasn't justified. But again, like I'm saying, you want better translations, you have to like the videos. You have to be paying for it. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be paying for it, but you do need to be liking the video, or the videos, the episodes. Bombs Ichigo moment incoming. Ooh. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. I feel you. I honestly feel you. I really loved Arya. Every time, I have to stop saying I like characters and want them to join the group. Because every freaking time I say that, they die. I'm a character killer. Petition to rename the character to Red. Oh, damn. Am I the only one noticing the sudden drop in translation? No, you're not. And like I'm saying, the drop in translation quality, I bet you, correlates to the amount of likes the episode is getting. I almost guarantee it. I almost guarantee that that is part of the problem. Or did we all agree to gloss this over? The art and story are amazing. Nonetheless, just thought I'd ask in case it's just my app that's bugging. I'm just going to reiterate this one last time. If you guys want better translations, you need to be coming on the Webtoon app, even if you don't read the Webtoons translation, and at least liking the freaking chapters. That's all anybody is asking you to do. And if you can't do that, and you're just going to use a pirated version of it, and not do anything to actually help the Tower of God, then don't complain when the quality drops. That is completely on you. Like I said, they're going to focus on the more popular webtoons first and make sure those translations are really good. And then as it trickles down, whatever's left is whatever's left. That's it. There are a lot of webtoons on here. A lot of webtoons that need to be translated, that need quality checks. I don't know necessarily what the quality checks are, but I'm sure they get a glimpse over at the most, that need stuff done to them. So they're going to start with the 90,000, 99 plus first. Then they're going to go to the 80, then the 70, then the 60, then the 50, then the 30. You get my drift? This has 30,000 likes. It came out yesterday and this has 30,000 likes. There's your problem. I'm just saying. I nearly guarantee that that's what it is. I'm just saying. You guys are 100% right that that the Tower of God isn't getting the same love as it used to, because it isn't getting the same amount of likes and love and popularity as it used to. That's the problem. Anyway, I'm gonna stop harping on that. I'm gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna go over to the Reddit. Okay, I am back, and just real quickly, I want to show you guys what I meant. I forgot to show you. So let's go back, right? Let's go back to which one was it? 70. Which one? Trying to think. It was 69, wasn't it? 69, right? Because we saw this one. This was right before the break, right? Let me see. Yep, see right here. Right before the break. This was one right before the break. See this? 185,000 likes. 119,000 likes. We go over. You got 70, 95, 88, 79, 72, 69, 67. We get a huge jump here. See how it's just been gradually dropping? 88, 79, 72, then we got 69, 67. And we get a pickup right here. And I think this is maybe when Yusracha... Let's check out what 76 was real quick. So this was the fight between Yusracha and Yama the very first time, right? I believe... Or no, it wasn't... This was... Yeah, when they had just started their fight. I'm trying to think. So he hadn't even transformed at this point. And there's a major drop or pickup there, right? And then it goes back down to basically a drop, 76, and picks up a little bit here. I think this was maybe when Arya was introduced. Yep. And so, you know, new best girl gets you a little bit more likes. Then we got 88. That was the one we just saw, 88. Look at this. Again, 66. 60. 64. Drops again, 58. Goes up a little, 62. Drops again, 53. 51. 54. This one comes up just a little bit. Caliban was reintroduced, so we got a little bit more likes here. 63. Last week, 47. This week, 34. And I know that these will gradually tick up, but look at this. Do you see what I mean when I say that this has, like, this was number 500, and it only has 62,000. You would think this would have well over 100,000 likes for being the 500 chapter of Tower of God. But it doesn't. It has 62,000. And then 53, 51, 54, 63, 47, 34. And I know this one will go up a little bit, but not much more. Maybe 20,000 more. Maybe if it's lucky, it goes to 60,000, because that's been about what it has been for the past several weeks, where the 60s has been its height. And I'm not saying those are bad numbers, okay? But they're not, like I said, you go back to here, right when it came off, and look at this. 185,609 to 34,764. You see the difference? You see at the height when they started this, or when they finished it? Look at this. See how it was written? There's not really a whole bunch of mistakes. I know with the biggest mistakes I think we were getting in these panels was the mix-up between he and she. And the biggest thing about that is that he and she in Korean, or she and her, or I'm sorry, her and him in Korean, the feminine and masculine pronouns are very, very similar. I mean, they it's hard to tell them apart. So that is almost like, you know, acceptable, and it's not acceptable, but you know, this is like peak translation right here. And that's what I'm saying. The likes correlate to how well the translations are. Tower of God right now is most likely lower on their list of translations, which is why it's not as good. So I understand that it's frustrating. I really do. But at the same time, I get that right now because the translations are so bad. You wanting to go and find a better translation elsewhere. I get it, but at the very most, or at the very least, I mean, the very least you can do is open up the app and leave a like, and bring it back to where it needs to be. And I guarantee that the translations will adapt. And you may call it unfair, but that's how it is. Life isn't always fair. They're going to give the popular webtoons the first. They're going to translate those first and make sure those ones are right. And then these ones, and then it trickles down, like I said. I guarantee that's how they're doing it, because I know that's what I would do. If I've got over 100 webtoons on my platform, they have over hundreds. But if I have nearly hundreds of webtoons on my platform that need to be translated every single week, and I have a certain amount of translators to do this under my employ, there's going to be a list, and the ones at the top, first off, it's going to be, we need to do these ones Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Which ones need to be done first to meet deadlines, right? And then after that, on that list, you're going to get, what's a really popular one right now? I don't even know. But it's going to be popular webtoons first at the top, and it's probably in numerical order. And look, I don't know, I'm assuming. I'm not going to lie, I'm assuming. But this is just how I would do things. And the popular ones are going to go first, so that way we get those ones out of the way. So that way there's no problems. And then the ones that have lower popularity are going to be done last. Or not really last, but maybe in the middle. And then the ones who maybe have just started, or maybe, you know, whatever the situation is, will be done last. So, the people who just started their translations, they probably aren't getting the best treatment. The ones who don't have, unless it's really popular and people are really looking forward to it. There's a whole bunch of different reasons why. But I'm just saying, like, you can see the translation quality here is a lot better. And I know I'm harping on it a lot, but it's just, what I wanted to say was, it's far too much to type out and to explain. And so I'm trying to explain it in a way that everybody gets and understands. But see, like, you can see here, you know, there's a lot of talking going on for one. And part of that is, SIU health has not been where it's at its peak, you know. This was the last one before the break. So this is right when he left. And what I mean is, it has gotten at its peak. But, the peak art. But the story has been shorter, so there isn't a lot to write. And there's a lot of build up here. So that's what I mean. But anyway, I'm just trying to show you guys, you know, your problem is this right here. This is your problem. That if you want my correlation, that's what it is. Your translations are shitty because the likes, in comparison to what they used to be, are shitty. I mean, and yeah, you can look over here, there's 2.9 million people who like it, and it's got a good rating. But if I were somebody who worked for Webtoon, and I was looking at Tower of God right now, what I would tell you is that Tower of God's popularity is dwindling. Or people are just, I mean, because likes is basically how they tell how well the chapter is doing. Is the Webtoon doing really well? Yes, it's got 2.9 million subscribers. That's good. But if we're looking at chapters, if we're looking at analytics, here's your thing. 60, 64, 58, 62, 53, 51, 50, 60, 47, 34. And this will go up a little bit. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's go over here. Enough of that. Damn, not only Bum looks bad after that attack from White, Also, Arya got killed. As they showed what they were doing in the game before Bomb received the attack, I was hoping that they brought something to affect White. I guess today the only people who had it easy were Yama and Doom, as they are resting before fighting Sriracha. Arya's death really hurts, so I honestly was hoping that they do some Deus Ex Machina-like item. Arya's death really did hurt me too. I did not see that coming. Holy shit, I didn't expect a turn of events this bad. I love it though. We finally reached a point where the stakes and state of the scenario feel deeply real to the consequences and loss. Part of me almost expects a twist next chapter in which she'll still be alive and Kun pulled some trick or some shit. Honestly, the head we saw in that panel wasn't a clear image of her, but I still imagine that it actually happened. Yeah, if you look in the chat in the panel, that's what I was looking at before, why I paused on it for so long. If you look on the panel right before it, when White slashes, you can see a circular black like oval underneath. Her head was not attached to her body, so it's nice to think that somehow she's still alive, but she's not. She is dead. I can't recall if Bomb has actually ever fully lost it to the extent that he can. I don't think he has either. He's the type who holds back in almost all situations, and isn't used to being completely enraged and using power he has never wanted to use. Are we going to finally see a new level of power from Bomb? That's very interesting and very likely, I think. The level that White has been trying to bring out of him. And yes, the translation extra bad, but thankfully it didn't really ruin things for me. Yeah, it's almost sad to me too that like you can't even have a discussion right now without saying the translation's super bad. I know, because people will come at you for it, and it's like that's what I'm saying about it being annoying when you can't even like have a conversation about the chapter without somebody yelling at you if you don't say it's bad. So you kind of have to throw it in there. It's just it's sad. And if you want it to change, please like the chapter. Just saying. I know I harped on it a lot, but GG in the chat, Arya. Wow, the translation of this chapter felt particularly bad. Pretty heavy chapter with Bomb near dead and Arya. It's Arya, right? Beheaded, but very ruined by the poor translation. See, again, and you know what, and here's the thing. I agree with you guys on this chapter. The translation was pretty bad. The best way to save it is liking the chapter, because I'm pretty sure that's what they're looking at, because that's what I would do. Everybody has analytics, okay? Even on my YouTube channel I have analytics, and I can tell which episodes, which things are doing better on my channel and which ones are doing worse on my channel. And I'm telling you right now that I'm telling you that what it is that if I'm looking at analytics, if I was someone working for Webtoon and I was looking at the analytics, I'd be like, well, Tarot God looks like it's dwindling. There's a lot of people still reading it, which is good, but it's dwindling in likes. So what does that tell me? That tells me that perhaps its popularity is waning. It's time to move on to something else. So when the translation, when it probably used to be on the top of that list, it's probably not on the top of that list anymore. Plus, you gotta take in the fact that it was gone for an entire year. So, yes. See, here's the thing. They do, I guarantee they do hire professionals to do it. But I also guarantee you that there isn't enough professionals to go around to make it a smooth experience. I highly doubt it, because that's how everybody is. Like, if you are, sorry. I'm like, what are these notifications over here? Because I have ADHD. But, but the thing is, just like your job, just like anyone's job, is it fully staffed? Because I bet your answer is no. And we're living in the time of a pandemic, so take that into consideration. So, even if they didn't have a full staff before, they probably have even less of a staff right now. And not only that, but they're probably all maybe working remotely. That could be part of it, and so they're all working at their own paces and maybe not on top of it like they used to be. There's a lot of different things, because like I've said, I read a lot of webtoons, and Tower of God's webtoon isn't the only webtoon that is being impacted by this. There are several webtoons that sit right around the same popularity, and by popularity I'm going off likes per chapter in this case, that sit right around the same popularity as Tower of God right now, that have the same amount of translations. Pulls out one of his strongest attacks. Wait, oh no! Anyways, isn't that far from his pool power? First Thorn is not ignited, then Black March, and then the second Thorn Ignition plus Souls, etc. Here's the thing about this, okay? People keep saying this, but I think what is so very difficult to remember is that, okay, the best way I can put this is, imagine you're doing jumping jacks, and while you're doing jumping jacks, you're also doing squats, and while you're doing the squats, you've also got weights in your hands, and you're moving them around, and while you got the weights in your hands, you're also moving your neck back and forth, and you're stretching out your neck. That's what I would imagine. Like, imagine how exhausting that would be, and you're doing that for 5-10 minutes, right? Imagine how exhausting that would be for a normal person to pull off. And, I'm using exercise because it's the best way we can put it. And it's been stated in the comic over and over again that he has I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to remember. It's been stated over and over again in the comics that it is hard for him to use all those things at one time. So it's not that, I think he is holding himself back just a little bit, but because maybe he wasn't too serious about hurting White, just trying to get him to stop maybe at that point. But at the same time, there's a few things going against him. One, his okay, Evancal told him not to unless he really had to. So there's part of it. And then 2, it's very, very difficult for him to use all those things and keep up his energy. If you're actually looking at the comic and not just reading it, this episode, you could see he was exhausted. And that's just part of it. Full power isn't the same as strongest attack. It's one of the strongest attacks he can perform, but the power of the attack itself varies depending on the boost. Had Bomb ignited the Thorn with that attack against Caliban, he'd have ripped his arm off, possibly. Bomb's attack last chapter also damaged White's brain and impaired his ability to speak with proper okay, I do find that one pretty funny. That's good. LMAO. LMAO. It seems they all got concussion from too much fighting. The nest, because it's starting to happen to everyone. I think that's part of the joke. I like how this one got downvoted. It's the poor line translations. And again, I know I was being really, really harsh last episode. And it was mainly because all anyone was talking about was the poor translations on a chapter that seemingly didn't have a lot of problems. Like, I can tell. Like, you saw me today struggling to reading, or I was saying, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say this, this, and this. That's when I know it's a poor translation. That's why I'm agreeing with you this week. But at the same time, it's... I promise you guys, I don't know how many other webtoons you read, but I can promise you, Tower of God is not the only one suffering from this right now. And like I said, there's a few factors going on. The chapter popularity is dwindling. That's one. We've got the pandemic going on, which is another thing that's probably really screwing this up. And there's a lot and lots and lots of webtoons that they have to cover each week. That's probably the third one. There's a lot of different factors that I am assuming are going into this. Do I work for Webtoon? No. So, do I know exactly what's going on? Absolutely not. But do I own my own business? Yes. And do I understand how businesses work and what they're probably going through and what they're thinking? Yes. So I can assume from my own business adventures what maybe is happening. I'm still gonna hope that Arya is alive. It would be really great if she was alive. I don't think she is. Kun couldn't help Bomb because he only had triangles, yes. But Arya is technically an enemy. So the triangles can stand below. They can pull her out of there, yes. Her head just got separated from her body, unless necromancy is a thing. R.I.P. What if White eats her soul? Then when Bomb consumes... Everybody keeps going to this. What if White does this, this, and this? Sorry, I'm not trying to sound mean. that came out a lot more rude than what I was expecting it to be. Then Bomb... It's a theory on that people keep pulling to, and it's just not very likely that this is what's going to happen. White in anger as a result of White's failure to digest Bomb's soul. Maybe he consumes hers, and Prince and Akrap their souls too. He's already consumed their souls. Oh wait, no, okay, they're just holding on to. So maybe he'll find a way to remove the souls from himself and save them. I hope that'll happen, otherwise I'll be sad. I don't think that's the case. Now, maybe what he was saying about... Okay, look, I am going to say this. There's a very, very, very slight chance, I'm just saying, that this is going to happen, okay? Very slight chance. But perhaps, just humoring here, perhaps Prince and Akraptor may come back to life. Perhaps, because of what they're saying. So maybe he'll find a way to remove the souls himself and save them. Perhaps. I do not have too much hope in that, but it is a possibility. I'm not going to say it's not. Every week the translations get worse. Yeah, and every week the likes go down. And you cannot sit there and say that it's because of the translations, because the translations at one point weren't always that bad, that people were complaining about it. You know, when the first started back up, we had, what, 80, 90, even over 100,000 people, and it dwindled from there. And each time it dwindled, the translation quality got worse. Yeah, see, here we go. This person. Guess I've been reading too many bad translation, didn't even notice the bad translation until I saw this post. My mind just subconsciously fixes the bad English to what I think they were actually trying to say. Reading again, and now it's pretty bad. So, yeah, what they're saying. Tower of God is not the only one. And should that be the case? No. But I think a lot of people are thinking that Tower of God is like the only one getting mistreated, and they're thinking it's unfair, when in reality a lot of webtoons right now that are doing just as well as Tower of God are having the same problems. This person says, I think the transition team, I think they meant translation team, may be drunk. I think the translation team may be overworked. You want my honest opinion. That's interesting. So far, we haven't seen Bomb imitate a spell, though. Is her time rewind also a spell? I thought the spell was only linking her to the other guy, and that the time powers were workshop experimentation. It could be. The spell must be both. Her ability to mess with the perception of time breaks the rules of the tower, which means it has to be a spell. Yeah, they're probably right about that. I like how Bomb only started reacting when literally someone else's blood was splattered on him. Yeah, that was pretty graphic and really depressing. See, this person, respect. You guys already talked about it. There's no need for the same person to comment the same thing 30 times over. That was the other thing that annoyed me about last week. 4 or 5 people at the most who are in the top, you know, where it's on the top translations where you see it, that talk about it. That's really all it needs to be. White is such an asshole that it's hard to hate him. He straight up turned into a psycho because of daddy issues. Damn, that was harsh. Well, not that I am surprised, but still pretty sad. Arya, no! But Jesus Christ, though, it didn't really bother me before, but this chapter's translation was much more noticeably bad. I do agree that this week's translations were probably the worst that we've seen in quite some time. So I understand this. I really do. I'm not trying to be a dick. I really do understand that this week it was pretty bad. And I agree with you. Love the look on White's face to Arya's last words. Totally unfazed. Really cool villain, yes. I think Baum's gonna wake up and with some shit he will revive Arya. Maybe using that ability that Henry won. You know, that is a pretty good point. I didn't think about that, but the watch still stands. He didn't cut off her hand. He cut off her head. So it still does stand. I'm not saying it's likely, but it is a possibility, and I'm not going to say that it can't happen. So I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I know I harped quite a lot in the translation thing. I'm sorry. It is annoying, and I know it's just as annoying for me as it is with you guys. But all I gotta say is make sure you're just liking the chapters, and you know you're giving it a fair run. I'm not going to say don't go read the Pirates, but like I said, the very least you can do, because we're all here because we like the Tower of God, right? So the least you can do is just come back and make sure you are liking the chapters. I think that's the best thing you can do, and I honestly believe that if you're liking the chapters and the chapters go up in likes, then we may see better translation quality. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. If you're watching this here on Twitch, make sure you follow. If you see this later on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye!